welcome to another video, and this week it is the Hunterboard review. Let's get on with it. So the plan was to commute from home to the office and get a load of ride footage for this video. As you can see, that didn't happen because I've just dragged the board in through the door. Where do I start? So it's a commuter board, and I thought I would commute with it. I would forego the ridiculous sized box, completely ignore that, leave the house, jump on the board, and I will cruise to the office. I got maybe 5 minutes up the road and I'm like, nah, I do not feel safe on this board. I rode quite a lot of it on the pavement just to start getting used to it, and there's no way you should be riding this in traffic, obviously in an area where you're allowed to ride skateboards in traffic. It's wobbly, it feels horrible, it feels dangerous. Let's unbox it and do a proper review, shall we? Oh, fucking thing. Gee, I've changed my mind. I don't even want to pick it up. From the beginning. I've got a new office, by the way. You get the board, you turn it on. Let's turn it on. Oh, so look at this piece of shit. Board's on. And you get your remote thing. Stupid on button. Stupid on button. On switch. Where I turn it on. Hunterboards. And your board doesn't do anything because it's in safe mode. If I wanted my board to be safe, I just wouldn't have turned it on. So if I come here on my X-Way Atlas, I turn the remote on, the board's on, it's in power mode 4 where I left it, and I'm done, I'm ready to go. I'm riding. I turn the Hunterboard on, I turn the Hunterboard remote on, and this board is going nowhere. They think you need, I don't know. So then I have to go into the menu, and then I have to go into power mode, and then I have to choose the mode I want. So I started on cruising mode, put it on cruising mode, and I live on a very gentle slopey hill. I put the board down, I got on it, I gave it some power, and it just went I guess on the flat, you've got some motion already, it'll just keep it rolling, but at least give it enough power to move. Power mode, so then I had to go back into power mode, and then I had to go down to sport, which is probably, I mean, so you've got a mode that does nothing, or you've got a mode that does everything. You can set a custom mode, but goddamn pain in the ass. Why do I even? So anyway, I put it into sport mode. It's not sporty. It just feels terrible. It goes, but the whole deck is. Let me just jump on the deck. Board's really light, by the way. Board is really light, and that's it's good. Really, when you're riding, the rear trucks don't move, and front trucks are the ones that steer. This apparently is a feature, and it's on purpose, and that's terrible too. We'll come back to that. So, okay, I get on my board, and it weirdly just get on it, the wheels splay out a little bit, and on a carpet it doesn't, creaky, doesn't feel too bad actually. It feels nice and loose, and it feels like it reminds me of my GTX on street wheels a little bit at first, and I was quite excited to get back onto a street board. But the excitement didn't last very long because I started moving on it, and it is rattly as hell. It reminds me of my old Slick Revolution board I bought 6 years ago. A piece of crap with one motor, and just rattled and rattled and rattled and felt horrible. And this feels worse. This feels worse than people who've been in the Eastgate scene long enough to remember Slick Revolution. Slick Revolution before they even made their own boards. It's horrible. It rides so bad. I went home and I gave up, and I thought to myself, I shouldn't just give up. Go out again. So I picked up my 360 camera and I went out again, and there's a road at the top of the hill here, and it's all patchwork. There's no road left. It's just a blanket of patchwork. And I'm expecting those trucks, independent suspension, and all the other stuff they sell this board on to perform, and it just feels horrible. The whole experience of this board is just horrible. From taking it out of the box, which stinks, it's horrible. I look at it and I think, it looks horrible. I ride it, it's horrible. Feels unsafe. Rides like shit. The steering is terrible. And they claim this front-only steering is much more stable at high speeds. And yeah, maybe it is, but you get this board up to 10 miles an hour and you just go, are you serious? So, yeah, so onto the steering. There is those bike fences. So we got a bit of a fence going that way and a gap and a bit of fence going that way. So pedestrians can walk through. It's supposed to stop cyclists just riding straight through. My X-Way Atlas, double kingpin, straight through it. The Evolve went straight through it. Even a massive Ares X1 four-wheel drive on its TKP trucks will get through there. And then the Hunterboard. So its new amazing steering system. So if you're going through something like this weird little tight S-bend, when you see your front wheels go through the gap on a regular skateboard, you know your rear wheels are going to come through it as well. But the Hunterboard doesn't turn like this. The Hunterboard, of course, it doesn't work like this. So your front wheels can clear the fence and your rear wheels can just smack straight into the fence. If you're doing this at speed, obviously you're off the board. So there's another feature for you, I suppose. I was, like I said, going to ride this all the way to the office. And then I also realised when I was partway here, the remote, if you can see, it's like 28%. And I was like, oh yeah, no worries. Here I've got a hub here, all the cables just lying around. I can charge up anything. That'll be no worries. And then I took a look at the remote, and of course, you've got some stupid proprietary, unnecessarily over-engineered, stupid idea. So if you forget your cable, you can't charge your remote. You probably own an iPhone and think that's a great idea. What else? Oh yeah, the brakes are I don't know. I mean, I had every intention of just being really fair to this board, and this is my honest opinion, experience. It's terrible. And I was riding through some leaves and I rode through a dog hidden in the leaves, and I was like, yeah, pretty much sums up my experience with Hunterboard. The worst thing I've ever ridden in 6 years of reviewing e-skateboards, and one of them was a single motor Slick Revolution. So I know all the fanboys are going to be in the comments section trying to justify their purchase, and go ahead, please feed the algorithm. I've had a break and I need it. You fanboy away, try and justify spending $2,000 on this. I don't know what I can say. This board is going to Leroy after this. And I'm sure he's going to have a lot of fun with it. That was sarcasm, by the way. Well, some good news. That's the end of this video. I've had enough. See you next time with a different board.